Welcome, everyone, to another edition of To Your Health, a program designed to give you more information on healthy living and featuring those who make a healthy living lifestyle possible. My name is Fred Zuker. I'm your host, coming to you from the Parker University campus in Dallas, Texas. Today we have two very special guests, Dr. Greg Page, who is the director of the community-based internship program here at Parker University. Welcome, Dr. Page.
Thank you.
And Donna Hopkins, who is a trimester 10 student here at Parker University and who has just returned from Spain, where she was a community-based internship intern. Is that the right terminology?
That is correct.
Dr. Page? And she was the very first one. She was our pioneer, our pacemaker person in Spain. And we're just thrilled that you're back and that you had a great experience over there, which we're going to hear about a little bit later. But Dr. Page, I'd like to hear a little bit about yourself and about the CBI program in general. Let's start with you, and let's hear a little bit about the Dr. Greg Page story.
Okay. Well, I graduated Parker in December of '89, set up my private practice in Arlington.
A recent graduate. That's good.
It doesn't feel such, but I practiced in Arlington for 11 years. I got a subspecialty in neurology, got my diplomate, and got some further training in electrodiagnostic testing. So in 2000, I sold my practice, moved to Colorado, and started a mobile diagnostic company. I did that for 3 years and just loved Colorado. While I was there, I got recruited to teach neuroanatomy and clinical neurology at the new college in Denver. Unfortunately, it didn't last very long. It was only open for 2 years. But it was a great school. I didn't see myself as a teacher, but once I started teaching neurology to the students and seeing the lights come on and taking these big, ugly, scary words and putting them in terms to where they could understand how the brain functions, was more rewarding than I expected. Yep. Texas is home. So we moved back in 2003, and I sought a position here at Parker, and I've been here almost 14 years.
14 years. That's great. Very good. Well, we're glad you're here with us today. And Donna, tell us a little bit about your background and what brought you to Parker University in chiropractic. And I know you have an extensive background in education.
Yes, it's good to be here with you today, Dr. Zuker, as well. Thank you for letting me come.
Absolutely.
Prior to chiropractic school, I taught for 25 years, was a junior high school teacher, taught science, biology, life science to junior high and high school kids, taught anatomy, physiology as well. I've always been interested in science, and for as long as I can remember, always wanted to be a doctor. And so did that for a long time. As I mentioned to you earlier before we started recording, I actually spent some time working for the federal government as a biologist and an archaeologist with the United States Forest Service. And anyway, was going along quite well in life, teaching, and decided that I wanted to chase a dream, basically. Mm-hmm. And so I had been working with the chiropractor, my chiropractor back home. I live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and would always ask him, have these intense conversations when he would adjust me about, well, why is it this way? And have these conversations because of my biology and anatomy background. And so one day after he adjusted me, I said, if I could do anything in the world, I would like to go back to school and learn what you know, because I want to know what you know. And he just looked at me and he said, well, why don't you?
Why don't you? It's never too late.
Right. And so I applied, and at 46 years of age, I recently retired teacher, I went back to school.
Very good.
And so here we are nearly 4.5 years later, and I'm going to graduate on Saturday. And
Graduating this Saturday. Congratulations.
Couldn't be more excited.
That is exciting.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Well, Dr. Page, give us a little bit of background about the CBI program and sort of what it does and how it is structured. I think that our listeners and viewers would be very interested to hear about that.
Okay. Well, we started the CBI programs in 2006. They've been a great addition to our curriculum. It's given our students the opportunity to get out in real-world experiences.
Right, and learn firsthand.
We have a broad array of opportunities for our students. We have programs in local practices. We have 5 VA hospitals now, as of this morning. We have a brain center. We have a wellness institute in Maryland. We have several abroad programs, one at the Madrid College of Chiropractic,
Right,
which is
we
an
talked
exchange
about.
program.
Yep.
Also one with a chiropractic school in Mexico, UNEVE, and also a sports rotation with one of our alumni, Dr. Neil Gardner in Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
He's the Olympic team doctor for the Jamaican team.
Right.
And
a former Olympian himself.
Yes, he is. So all these opportunities are available to all students in Tri-10. In Tri-9, we start the application process and the selection process, and we get them ready to spend their last 4 months out in a real-world clinical experience.
Yeah. And we have the perfect example of that right here with Donna and her real-world experience in Spain. So Donna, tell us about that, how that came to be, and working with Dr. Page, because this was a new program, and we went through the process of vetting it, making sure that it was up to the standards that we set for those programs, make sure our students are safe and will receive the training and opportunities that they need to make progress toward completing their program of study here. Tell us about your experience, Donna.
Well, I have to say that Spain and the CBI program here at Parker was one of the deciding factors for me in ultimately coming to Parker. Was the opportunity, or the opportunity to do an internship internationally. And so since Tri-1, I have been very focused on wanting to be a part of that, hoping that I could go to Spain, and very excited about that. And so it's been a very cool journey to get to be kind of in Parker history, I guess, for
You're the first one.
as the first one, yes.
That's right.
And so, in Tri-9, the emails were sent out, and wasn't sure that I was going to be able to go, but decided, like other things in my life, well, I have to try.
Right.
And I'm willing to not be the one, but I had to try. And
Right.
so it's been an incredible experience. It was my first time to travel in Europe. So it was the first time to cross the Atlantic. And so that alone was life-changing. But then to be
Sure.
able to experience chiropractic in a completely different country was phenomenal as well. And to experience so many similarities and the same loving service mentality and heart there in Spain in particular, because that's where I was. But to know that it exists there and is well and alive and thriving. It's still very young in Europe and in Spain in particular. As a matter of fact, there's still no laws to govern it. It's not illegal. It's sort of illegal.
Right.
And so talk about a frontier for chiropractic. The opportunities are incredible there.
Yeah.
And yet then the differences in some of the things and how things are structured there are a little different than here in the United States.
Right.
But Madrid Chiropractic College is phenomenal. They have an excellent staff. Their students, once they get into clinic, are incredible adjusters with a lot of confidence. And so we talked a lot about that's one of the benefits to having a relatively small college. The ratio between staff and professors and students is much closer. And so their ability to provide hands-on training and critique and feedback are incredible. And so I know for me, I benefited from that.
Sure.
I had a lot of very good personal attention helping me in the process. And so it was an honor to get to serve the community chiropractically alongside them.
Yeah. And you were performing chiropractic duties. I mean, you were doing adjusting and
Absolutely.
all the things associated with the profession
Absolutely.
in a different culture.
Yes. A
Which I
different
think-
culture, a different
Different
language.
So I think that requires a certain kind of student, a certain kind of person who is adaptable and willing to sort of go with the flow.
Yes.
And I'm sure that was one of the factors in selecting Donna to be our first ambassador. Would you say that's an accurate statement, Dr. Page?
Absolutely. I couldn't be more prouder of Donna. She was an excellent representative. She earned this position, and she represented us well. She was in good communication with us, sending feedback on how she was doing.
Oh, yes.
The challenges she was facing, and
the photo journal of her activities.
her travels.
Well received by all.
Yes. So it was. I was very confident in sending Donna to this program as our inaugural student.
Well, we knew that you would do well. Now, you talked about your academic experience and the clinical experience and how that went, and certainly that was obviously very rewarding for you.
Yes.
But apart from that, I hate when people ask me, what was your favorite thing? Because I'm sure there are so many things. But if you could go back in your memory of your time in Spain, could you just give us a couple of the highlights? Because you had some travel time too.
I did. I was able to spend some time in France and eat incredible French food and see the country a little bit in France. And then I actually did some traveling in Italy. I got to go to Rome, which was incredible as well. I've decided that there are just not enough words in any language to fully describe that experience.
Right.
And then actually I did quite a bit of traveling throughout Spain. So I had the opportunity to spend some time on the coast in a little town called Valencia and swim in the Mediterranean Sea, which was amazing. And then went down to Sevilla and experienced a little bit of traditional flamenco extravaganza, and then the world of bullfighting, which is still apparently alive and well in Spain.
Yeah. Quite a transition.
Oh, yes.
Culture shock for non-Spaniards to see it and to see what it's a national sport, like a national pastime in Spain.
It is. It's a pretty big deal. I mean, it's right up there with football.
Right. Which is saying a lot in Europe.
Yes. So it was amazing. I also got to spend some time up in the northern part of Spain in Basque country, which is then even more so its own incredible little world. And I didn't even try to learn their language.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult. And so certainly as an aside from the clinical academic part of the CBI program, I think it was just as important to be able to do the travel aspect of it. And what I come back with now is the reality that certainly we can learn a lot from books and study, but then international travel affords you the opportunity to learn things that there is no other way to learn but by doing and experiencing.
Absolutely.
And I am forever thankful for that experience and certainly want to go back again. So I'm pretty sure this will not be my last trip.
Well, it's true. There is no educational experience that quite compares to travel, especially travel abroad. Wow. We tend in the United States to become pretty isolated and insular. The world stops on the coast, and traveling abroad gives you a perspective that you can't get any other way, as you pointed out so eloquently. Well, Dr. Page, is there any message that you would send out to prospective students thinking about chiropractic and Parker and the importance of this kind of opportunity?
Well, Fred, you can't make a better choice in your career than being a chiropractor. The job satisfaction is phenomenal. You get paid to help people.
Right.
And change their lives through chiropractic. It's very rewarding. Parker is an incredible place. We have incredible people. There's an energy on this campus.
Yes.
There's love on this campus.
Right.
And we do a very good job preparing our students for success through our curriculum, through our business classes, through our on-campus clinics, getting their competencies, making sure that they're ready for the real world. And once that they show that they have those competencies, they have the opportunity to go out in a CBI program and take it to the next level.
Yeah, get real-world experience.
Absolutely.
Well, Donna, we really appreciate you being here, and congratulations on your successful trip, your tour, your experience in Europe, and also in your imminent graduation from Parker University, which will be here in just a few days.
Yes.
So we're excited about that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zuker.
And thank you all for being with us today for another edition of To Your Health. Be sure and tune in again for more information on healthy living. come back and see us again. Bye-bye.